Greetings, expats. Welcome to the underground, you rebel scum. This is the American Expat. So I'm sitting here after starting this day. You know, I've been thinking a little bit about my health lately. And, sorry, I'm doing this handheld. Maybe I ought to... There we go. Now, no more shaky camera situation. The light may be better or worse. I don't know. I feel like it's probably reflecting in my eyes. It's kind of blinding, actually. But anyway, that's not what we wanted to talk about today. So I've been thinking about my health. You know, feel a little bit tired sometimes. Not as in focus as I'd like to be. Coffee isn't really the solution. Sometimes it's a good stopgap. But, you know, I've been thinking about how can I improve my health situation. So I keep hearing about this intermittent fast business. Well, today I decided to try that. Somebody had said, it was probably on the Joe Rogan podcast, that, you know, you kind of like don't eat for the first part of the day and then you only eat in certain hours. And I'm thinking, well, you know, that's a doable thing. So I did a bunch of stuff in the morning when I wasn't eating, and let me tell you, it wasn't a very fun experience. Maybe you get used to it after a while, I don't know. Or do you just feel... I mean, I'm glad that this was during the time that my son is at school, because I can just imagine, you know, if he was here bombarding me with questions and whatnot, it probably wouldn't have been as fun of an experience. It wasn't a fun experience. But, you know, it's not that bad. I mean, skipping breakfast, no big deal. Wait until lunchtime to eat. Then I can eat whatever I want, right? So I had a pretty good, cooked up some good lunch and all of that. Now, I think you can have coffee. But that, you know, that creates a bit more of a dilemma. Like, what kind of coffee should you know, is a good one? That's a story for another video. Finding the best cup of coffee, because you'd be surprised what, I guess we're going there. I guess we're going in the coffee direction for a moment. You'd be surprised what the best tasting coffee is, ultimately. I mean, you know, I've experimented with different brands and things, seeing which one tastes the best. And sometimes it's not the expensive one. I mean, it's not the really, really cheap ones either, but, you know, like Dunkin' Donuts coffee, that tasted better, smells better. I think at first I thought it's like a medium roast sort of thing, but apparently not. It's just that, you know, theirs tastes better, because I got another medium roast and it wasn't good. Just like, you know, people get the dark roast for your espresso, but well, sometimes that tastes terrible, and some of them really do taste terrible. Never buy. Well, yeah. Anyway, I'm doing this whole fasting thing, and I'm going to see where that goes. Is that the best way to get energy? Or do you guys know of other ways? I mean, there must be better ways, or other... No, maybe not. I mean, if Joe Rogan says, you know, you should be fasting intermittently, then that's got to be the way to go, right? He's the guy that has the, you know, he looks pretty, like, well fit and stuff. He must know what he's talking about. I guess I'll find out. But what other things can I do? Somebody said that dairy stuff messes you up. It's got me thinking, you know. Should I be like not eating cheese or drinking milk? I don't know. I heard about that when I was a kid from somebody, and I didn't believe it. It definitely, I don't know. What's the way to go here? Juicing, you know, you get the people that do like the juice diet. I'm not really into the vegan thing. And besides, everybody says you should just eat meat. But, you know, I'm open to all kinds of stuff. So I've seen some vegan people on the internet and seeing what they have to say. Of course, it doesn't help that the person that I saw that was doing the vegan thing, the next video that I saw was them saying, like, after 10 years of being a vegan, I ate meat, and you know what, I'm never going back to the vegan thing, I guess. So, probably not the vegan way. But maybe, you know what, like I said, I'm open to, if you're a vegan and you feel like this is the way to great health, that probably messed up the audio. This is the way I'll try anything. Why not? Eat a bunch of plant stuff. Even though I know from experience that makes me feel miserable. I feel like I'm genetically designed not to be a herbivore. In China, often we would eat food that was mostly vegetables. And I can tell you, I always felt miserable doing that. So probably not the best way. What is a good way? Let's go back to the genesis of this whole situation and what's got me thinking of this health business. Because it's more complicated than just, I feel tired, I feel like I need to focus better. There's more to it.
Oh, well. Yes, we've moved locations, sorry. I came up here to admire my old camera that we had out the other day. That's a kit lens on it. I mean, I've got other lenses for it, like this one. And this one. Which fortunately work on my full-frame camera, too. Just, it crops it or whatever. But, the advantage of being in this part of the house is, now you can actually hear me. This isn't like the greatest microphone in the world, but it's certainly better than what's sitting on the top of the camera. So where was I? Yes, the complications of weight gain and loss, and the genesis. That's right, the genesis of where all of this came from. So I recently uploaded a video that I recorded when I was in France right after being in the United States for a long time. And I look terrible. I mean, somehow being in the United States is really, really bad for my health. And I think I figured it out. Before I thought, it's got to be the food. And the food probably plays a part in it. But more than anything, I think it has something to do with activity levels. Because when I go back to when I was in China and I look at those videos, I was eating tons of food all the time. And I lose weight there. In America, I gain weight. In China, I lose weight. And you're probably thinking, it's because of bad, dangerous food making you sick. No, I only got sick one time a long time ago. And it was for a week that I didn't eat. I think it was actually more than a week. I didn't eat anything. And I did lose weight from that, but that was 10, 15 years ago. The trend of losing weight happens anyway. And it's not because of the food difference. And I think maybe some, but it has more to do with the activity levels. In China and in France to a lesser degree, I walk everywhere. So I'm doing all this activity, but there's a problem with that in the United States. When I'm here, there's just, you can't really do that. It's not like I'm going to walk to the supermarket. It's too far away. It's frustrating enough to drive to it in the car, let alone to think I'm going to walk there or get on a bike, especially here. Man, so many vertical everything. It just, it wouldn't work out. So the activity level is just not there. So I have to look for other ways to cut back. If I'm not going to burn as much energy that I take in, then I guess the best solution seems to me to take in less. And somehow the fasting thing is supposed to help with that, as well as have some other health benefits that I'm not entirely sure of. I better look into that since I'm getting into this. But those of you who know about these health things, you can fill me in, leave a comment. Tell me that, if this is going to kill me or something. I don't think that it is, because as a kid, I grew up in, we had a regular fast for religious purposes every month. And that was hell as a kid. But, now I'm choosing to do this to myself every day on purpose and not for religious purposes. And I don't feel like I could ever treat it like a religious sort of thing. Well, that's kind of a strange tangent to go on with the whole fasting thing. But people that are religious do fast. But that's not my purpose here. I'm trying to become healthier in the United States, within the confines of life here in the United States. Maybe my solution should be to go back to China, but everybody's got you so terrified that World War III or something is going to blow up. I probably just triggered that. Oh, that's going to kill me in the algorithm now. I mentioned something that's off limits. That off limits is off limits. I'm ruining myself. Help me. Leave comments about something else. Don't talk about World War III and all of that stuff. Just the diet, the fasting. Wait. No, I better stop right there. I don't want to get into the medical misinformation. No, I said it. I've killed it. This video is never going to go anywhere. Anyway, that's where the genesis of this came from, is that I could see these videos of myself in China before, when I was, way healthier and feeling better, looking better. And then I saw that video of myself with my son right after leaving the United States, which is actually recently uploaded, but actually not recorded recently. So some people are probably confused, like, you're back in France? When did you go back to France? My gosh, you really travel a lot. I do travel a lot. I do quite often. But no, I'm not in France at the moment. I am in America, where we just sit all the time. We sit at work. We sit in the car on the way to work. We sit at home when we come home from work to eat and watch television. And I'm sitting right now in here doing work. Actually, I'm not working at the moment. Don't tell anybody. I'm making videos to post online instead of doing my work. Now, I work for myself, so it doesn't matter. But just mind who you tell that to. Anyway, we'll see where this goes, and if I actually feel better. Now, I'm preparing myself because I might feel terrible at first. It seems that everybody that gets into these health things, the initial reaction from your body is to fight against whatever it is you're doing, and it feels terrible. So I'll prepare myself for that. But hey, if I feel great immediately, then instant gratification. That's a great thing, but probably not. Anyway, again, tell me what you think. Tell me what you know. Share your knowledge of healthy livingness, and subscribe to my channel, because you never know what's going to come out of this thing. You just never know. Plus, I need your help, because, the algorithm's going to kill me because of the stuff I said in this video. So, do me a favor. I'll talk to you later. ไฟพะวงหลงเฝ้าสาวเจ้าบางปะกงพาหวยงงหลงเกิน